Action. Good afternoon, Internet. It's Chris Krug at the Interface Digital Health Summit, and I'm here with Ashifi Gogo. How's it going, man?
Great.
Yeah. Ashifi started a company called Sproxil that helps to, well, I'll let him tell you about it, but he won our pitching contest last night. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did a good job. Tell me a little bit about Sproxil, please.
Sure. So Sproxil empowers consumers to avoid suspicious products which could harm them or bring them some financial downside. The way we do so is we work with legitimate product manufacturers and issue them unique codes that consumers can verify at the point of sale in emerging markets.
Ashifi, let's use our strong voice just because I think what you have to say is awesome. I want everybody to make sure they hear it, all right?
Sounds good.
So you're working around counterfeiting of drugs and pharmaceuticals specifically in developing world?
Yes.
Awesome. And how's your product work?
Sure. So consumers verify codes that we apply with the legitimate brand owner at the factory. At a point of sale, the consumer would take out their cell phone and send a code to Sproxil with a mobile app or text messaging or a phone call, and we'll tell them if the product came from the manufacturer or not.
I've seen like pirated and copyrighted like handbags in China. I've seen pirated software around the world, but I've never heard of like pirated pharmaceuticals. Is this a legitimate problem?
It's a huge problem. Unfortunately, people die from this problem as well. And so it's typically in emerging markets where regulation is not as strong as it is, say in Canada as we are here, and consumers are left to their own devices by and large to try to figure out which products are genuine or fake to avoid harm.
So the counterfeit drugs, they're not essentially just like a generic version of the branded drug. There's actually poison in there?
Yes.
Sometimes are they just an equivalent, or not even a placebo, but essentially the same contents of the drug, just not from the same provider?
Generally speaking,
what acetaminophen is to Tylenol or something like this?
Yeah. Generally speaking, counterfeiting can span both intellectual property concerns as well as just poor manufacturing, right? So there is still a debate around what the right definition of a counterfeit product should be, and WHO spent several years to try to come up with a definition which at the moment seems to just combine a lot of elements.
Right, kind of leading towards if it's a negative effect, it's clearly counterfeit. If it's a placebo effect, it's clearly counterfeit, but then there might be some generic exemption or something like that?
Yeah, but I mean, even generics can be counterfeited, and so there's a lot of legitimately produced high-quality generics that sell in large volumes, and counterfeiters, being the business people that they are, would counterfeit that and try to sell. So counterfeiting isn't necessarily a generic versus non-generic discussion. It's one about the public interest, public safety.
So it's not just really an issue of using technology to kind of defend the richest people in the world from the most poor people in the world. It's actually trying to help keep people safe and healthy?
That's right. Our focus is on consumers and consumers' safety, consumers' health, consumers' well-being. And our goal is to make it much, much easier for consumers to stay outside zones of danger when they're consuming products in emerging markets.
Awesome, man. Hey, thanks for sharing your perspective with me. Congratulations on your big win. Ashifi Gogo from Sproxil and KK signing off from the Interface Digital Health Summit in Vancouver.
Great. Thank you very much.
Later.